At IDEA, we are committed to research-driven assessment with a focus on teaching and learning improvement. Over the course of the next year or so, our teams will be working to bring to you exciting new changes to the Student Ratings of Instruction system. This brief presentation will provide an overview of our improvement process, which began several years ago and has now reached a pilot phase. We will be piloting new items in spring 2015 with the ultimate objective of updating learning outcomes and teaching methods in the Student Ratings of Instruction tools to better reflect current trends in higher education. With the cooperation and support of faculty, IDEA should gather enough data from the spring pilot to be able to release IDEA 2 in 2016. IDEA 2 is how we refer to the updated student ratings instruments. IDEA 2 will include Diagnostic Feedback 2.0, a shorter version of our mainstay diagnostic instrument. The updated 2.0 version will retain much of the existing items, but will include new teaching methods and learning outcomes relevant in higher education today. FIF 2.0, or the Faculty Information Form, will also be updated to reflect the new changes. And what was formerly referred to as the short form, now known as the Learning Outcomes Instrument, will also be revised with the new learning outcomes. New to the SRI system is the Teaching Essentials Instrument, which is a new 12-item instrument based on research which identified specific teaching methods and external variables that have the greatest impact on student ratings of overall course and instructor excellence. In addition, a new feature that is being developed will include adaptive assessment based on clicker technology, which can be used to obtain feedback at multiple times throughout a course. More information will be forthcoming on the exact launch date of Teaching Essentials, as well as its place and function within the SRI system. But to get there, we must begin here with a successful pilot of new survey items. Through extensive data collection, research, and constituent feedback, IDEA demonstrates its commitment to continuous improvement to keep products and services current and relevant. Over the past few years, IDEA researchers have been analyzing trends in higher education, reviewing materials from professional and accreditation organizations, and obtaining feedback from constituents. Our research has identified new items to add to the SRI instruments that align with national standards, as well as items that have been determined to be less relevant or dated. Pilot 2015 is entirely based on the principle of continuous improvement. Each change that is being proposed has been researched by IDEA, evaluated by panels of experts, and shared with focus groups that include faculty and students, each providing feedback at various stages. Through this process of development, feedback, and revision, feedback and more revision, we have developed finely honed items that are now ready to be piloted at large in courses beginning in spring 2015. So the question that is no doubt bubbling up is, what are these proposed changes? For clarity, I have divided the diagnostic feedback instrument into three categories: learning outcomes, teaching methods, and student and course characteristics, which include summary assessment. Let's begin with the learning outcomes. 4 new learning outcomes have been identified and created that include diverse perspectives and global awareness, ethical reasoning and decision making, civic engagement, and quantitative literacy. In addition, several existing items have been revised. The 6 learning outcomes that you see here are slated for the spring pilot. Three new teaching methods have also been identified and created that address the use of diverse perspectives, reflection and critical thinking, and community service. In addition, two existing items were merged into one overarching method related to feedback from faculty. Lastly, related to student and course characteristics, a new item was created related to student self-efficacy. Another item that addresses student background and preparation that has been effectively used in the Learning Outcomes instrument is being added to the Diagnostic Feedback Survey. And the final change is the merger of two current items into one survey question, combining the amount of reading and the amount of work in other assignments. More details regarding these changes, as well as the actual wording of the new survey items, will be available in the coming days and weeks. So what does this mean to your campus community? It means opportunity and it means access. This pilot is an opportunity for you to review what is currently being done in your departments and programs. What teaching methods are you using? Has there been a recent change or initiative in your unit that you would like to measure? Use this as an opportunity to align your goals, objectives, and practices with new teaching methods and learning outcomes that are espoused by leaders in higher education and backed by research. And just as important, this is an opportunity for you to participate in the process of continuous improvement so that we can bring you important and relevant updates to improve teaching and learning. As previously mentioned, the piloted items have been carefully researched and reflect changes in higher education. As a pilot participant, you have access to data and feedback related to each of these items. Results of the 13 piloted questions will be provided in the statistical details section of the report and can be used immediately for tracking and assessing student progress a full year before they will be released in the new instrument. You don't have to wait until IDEA 2 is launched to begin to collect and use data on these important initiatives. The next question, no doubt, is how does the pilot work? Let me explain. IDEA will conduct the pilot by adding new items to the current diagnostic feedback instrument as additional questions at the institutional level. Faculty will also have the opportunity to select from among the new objectives which are being included in the current FIF. As for the reports, they will remain exactly the same format, the same data, the same information, with the addition of the statistical data for the new piloted items. From your perspective, you do not have to do anything extra to participate in the pilot. There will be no change to the system setup, the data, or the reports, and you will enjoy the same features on the IDEA CL platform that currently exist. You can also count on our continuous support throughout the piloting phase as we provide resources related to each new teaching method and learning outcome. With a successful pilot, IDEA will be able to release IDEA 2 in 2016, which will have a positive impact on you and the constituents that you serve. Improved assessment, reporting structures that align with accreditation and feed directly into your reports, tailored faculty development so that you can maximize the impact of your resources, all with the big picture in mind, to improve teaching and to increase learning. More information will be available in the coming days and weeks to help you better understand the proposed changes in the piloting process. We have created crosswalks so that you can directly compare the existing instrument with the changes. You can also review the pilot questions and get a sneak peek at the IDEA 2 instruments as they might look depending on the outcome of the pilot. Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn more about the exciting changes that are underway at IDEA.